What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. So, this is Marriage Bootcamp. I'm sorry, season 19, episode 3. So this is the jealousy episode. This is the episode where we all come together and they do something to try to make the people jealous, see what their response is, and help them work through those emotions. Me personally, I feel like pouring gas on a fire is not always the best idea, but who am I? I don't have a doctor in front of my name. I didn't go to school for this shit. But it doesn't make sense to me that you take a couple like Lyrica and A1 who already have infidelity issues. I mean, the woman is jealous when the man goes and talks to another woman in front of her, that you create this moment. But again, it makes for good TV, I guess. So the first thing we see is, everybody's waking up in the morning or whatever, and we see that Rich Dollars and A1, they come to a pretty good revelation. And what they realize is that the reason why, like, Mariah Lynn feels like she has to brag on her sexual prowess and brag on how good of a woman she is to him in the bed is because of the infidelity has made her insecure in that area. And so she has to sort of hype up, I know that I'm the one in the bedroom, and I know that I keep it right and tight for him, right? And so, Rich was like, you know what, that's a valid point, and I'm going to have to take that into consideration. So, the challenge starts, K. Michelle's boyfriend, Kastan, he says that he's going to take into consideration the fact that what what Judge Tola said, and he's going to be more present in it. He's going to be more present in the process, more present in the moment, and just try to make it work. Like, make the best out of the situation. So they bring everybody down and they tell them, listen, you guys are going to be making a music video, but it needs to be sexy, right? We want it to be sexy. We want it to be hot and steamy. And it's funny, and y'all are going to have 45 minutes to create a moment with your partners. Now, K. Michelle, who has watched the show before, who knows what's going to happen, immediately gets an attitude, immediately gets upset, and doesn't want to participate because she knows what's going to happen. She knows that this is all about the fact that they're going to actually switch partners and turn this into something else. But here's the part that I never understand. The part that I never understand is, why does sexy translate to raunchy? Because every year they do this drill, these couples automatically take, when he says sexy, and they take it into the nastiest, raunchiest thing you can do. You're twerking. Everybody, all the women turn into scrippers. All the men turn into pimps. Like, that's what it seems like to me. Like, sexy is about the illusion. Sexy is about the allure. It's about making it steamy. It's about giving off like I said, the illusion of sex without it being sex. Like, do you know how sexy someone doing like what they call the forbidden dance? There's nothing, like, there's no twerking, but it is so sexy. But anyway, everybody goes to the lowest common denominator, for the exception of Emmett and Gangsta Boo, but that's only because Emmett can't dance. So she's trying to keep it as basic as possible, but she still ends up sitting on his lap and grinding. So, of course, at the end of 45 minutes, Dr. Ish gives them the news that they have to switch partners, but do the exact same routine that they were going to do with their partner, so that, and it's all about, trusting the process. So, again, K. Michelle gets upset. She actually walks off. She physically walks off and goes to her room where they have to go and get her and basically convince her to participate. He's like, listen, I need you to trust me. I need you to trust the process. K. Michelle, you say this is what you want. I need you to trust the process. I need you to stand in the process. I need you to trust the process. So they convince her to come back down. So they switching off partners, right? So here's what it ends up being. We end up seeing K. Michelle ends up being with A1. Lyrica ends up being with Emmett. Rich Dollars ends up being with Gangsta Boo. And Kastan ends up being with Mariah Lynn, right? That's how the couples are divvied up. Now, then they add some stuff to the sauce where they actually connect the partners to each other, and they have to stay connected until it's time to get ready to get dressed for the um the video shoot. So here's the thing. Lyrica was so, I guess for lack of a better word, insecure about A1 and K Michelle being alone. She would not let them out of her sight. They went in one room, she went in one room. Matter of fact, at one point in time, K Michelle got up to wash her hands. Lyrica went to go wash her hands at the same sink with them. And I'm thinking, wow. Like, wow. How insecure are you? But that tells me that you still give a damn about A1 too, Lyrica. As much as you over it. And I understand that sometimes you can still love somebody, you love them to death, but you can't be with them. I get that too. But that tells me that you still love that man. But anyway, so she's following them around. So it's time for them to go get ready to get dressed. So they have to go into each other's room. You know, Lyrica follow them around to do that, to figure out, to point out their outfits. And again, maybe it was the easiest outfit to match up, but everybody ended up in black and white for the most part. And again, like I said, maybe it ended up being the easiest thing to do. So it's time to perform. Everybody, of course, dummied down their performances from where they started. Mariah Lynn did her performance with Kastan, and she probably stood about 6 feet away from him, and she did the weakest twerk that I've ever seen in my life. I mean, let's be clear, it probably won't be all that great anyway, but it was the weakest twerk. I don't even think they touched each other. I don't think there was any physical contact with each other. Then we had Gangsta Boo and Rich Dollars, and theirs was cute. But remember, theirs wasn't that complicated to begin with because Emmett can't dance. Gangsta Boo did, sit in Rich's lap, and she was grinding a little bit, but it wasn't nothing too over the top. Wasn't too over the top. Lyrica did hers with Emmett, and again, she did a little something, but again, it wasn't too much. But the couple that went for it, that went all the way for it, that went all the way to the end zone, it was A1 and K Michelle. Probably the last person that should have gone all the way to the end zone. But he did. But Lyrica sat there, she took it, she didn't show her hand, she didn't get nasty or rude or loud, but she was in her feelings a little bit. You could tell she was definitely in her feelings a little bit. But she understood it was an assignment, and of course, they won the assignment because the assignment wasn't about who had the best video. The assignment was who followed the instructions and kept the same routine and stayed in the moment. And of course, they gave them this long song and dance about the process and staying in the moment and why it's important to do this and trusting your partner. Yeah. And the one thing that Judge Tola did say that I thought was very interesting. Judge Tola said that jealousy is disrespectful to your partner because jealousy says to your partner that you don't trust them. And I was like, oh, now that is an interesting way of looking at that. So they go inside to eat, and of course, A1 and K Michelle won some sort of special treat or whatever. So they're eating the food, and everybody's talking and decompressing, and they learned something. It was cool. But then everybody decided they were going to go swimming that night. Gangsta Boo doesn't want Emmett to go swimming. And I'm thinking, did we not just have a whole day about jealousy and insecurity? But her thing is she doesn't want him spending time with anybody other than her because he already doesn't spend enough time with her. So she didn't want him to go swimming because she wanted him to stay in the room with her. And he was like, well, I just want to go, the fellas are getting in the pool. I just want to go hang out with the fellas for a little while. I don't know. I think they got some bigger issues that they're not telling us. I think because it just seemed really weird. Like that just didn't seem like a big deal. Like going to get in the pool, like everybody was in the pool. Like Mariah Lynn was down there. I think Lyrica was down there. Like it wasn't like, I mean, everybody was in the pool. Girl, just get your bathing suit on and go down to the pool and hang out with your man. It's I don't know. Y'all just got yelled at the day before for not being interactive enough with everybody. So anyway, that's where the episode ends, with her going down in the pool to get him out the pool, child. So we'll pick up with that this week. Anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.